This video falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Thank you. Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Pixie Love. You guys can call me Pixie. And I'm finishing a Funny Times video from yesterday. So it's going to be some more, fat acceptance TikTok. Just going to finish that video from yesterday because I think it was like 10 more minutes or something like that. And I want to finish it. So let's finish it and let's get into these people to see how entitled and crazy they are. All right.
So this was, generally speaking, the most common good faith question on my last video. So I'll take a sec to expand on it. So obviously calories are an actual unit of measurement, right? It's the amount of heat that it takes to raise the temperature of something by 1 degree. That being said, I used calories are made up as kind of a shorthand for the fact that the way we interact with calories and the way we conceptualize calories in the context of diet culture is, generally speaking, made up. It's very influenced by diet lobbyists and health hysteria in the US. Also, please Google any of this to fact check me. 1, the calories you see on packaging are usually not accurate. It's a very imprecise science. 2, human bodies actually burn calories differently. So this prescriptivist attitude of calories in, calories out isn't actually accurate for most people. Different calories burn differently because of nutrients, and it actually hasn't been proven that lower calories help you lose weight.
Okay. Okay. Pixie with Science is coming up next week, and I want to do the first episode of The Science of Calories. I have not started doing my research yet, but I feel like I'm going to disprove this whole video when I do it. Anyway, what I can talk about is the last sentence she said, where it's been proven that lower calories don't help you lose weight. Where? Please explain to me where. Because just with the simple fact that, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can be transferred, right? So when you eat something, you obviously get energy from it, right? And let's say something you eat is 400 calories. And your body naturally does burn calories just being stationary. You burn a certain amount of calories just by doing nothing, just by waking up, and even by sleeping, you burn calories. Like literally just by waking up, sitting in a chair all day, you are burning calories just by moving, breathing, thinking. But you burn more when you obviously move more, right? So if you don't burn those 400 calories, it turns into fat, which is just like the way our body stores the calories, because we can't destroy the calories just because we ate it and we didn't burn it. So the calories turn into something else. And then when you lose weight because you're eating less calories than you're burning, your body starts to burn off the excess calories in your body. Where does it get the energy from? It gets it from the store of fat in your body. So if you eat less calories than you are burning, you will lose weight. I could eat, 500 calories, get less than I used to, and not lose weight because I'm still probably not burning as many calories. But if I eat 500 less calories than I used to, plus I'm starting to work out more, I'll probably lose weight because I'm burning more calories than I used to. Does that make sense? Like, I don't understand how that's so hard to, once again, middle school science, okay? Calories is like middle school science. And if you don't understand that, our school system has failed you. And I'm very sorry that happened to you. Now, I'm going to move Pixie a little bit so we can see and read what Funny Time has to say.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. First, I will agree that calories are something that have been used in the food industry as a marketing tool, and that calories posted on nutrition labels are not exact. But nothing can be exact, and they are estimated to a relatively small margin of error. The FDA requires all calorie labeling to be within 20% margin of error, and most are going to be well below that. So a cookie labeled as 150 calories can't actually be 400 calories. To the point that different people burn calories differently. That's true to a small extent. Hormones, allergies, and other factors can lead people to process certain foods differently than others, but I don't understand how that is related to calories being some sort of construct. And some calories are processed differently in the body because of different nutrients, but that still doesn't explain why calories aren't real. That is like saying milliliters are a construct because your body processes different liquids differently. Like, yes, obviously. 20 milliliters of milk will be processed differently than 20 milliliters of coffee, but that doesn't mean milliliters aren't real. Overall, I am confused.
Let's read what's in the small bubble first because this person doesn't, answer it at all. So they say, no, I literally don't want to feel big, and that's my right to have those feelings. The fuck? I can't control it. for some people, like when they start gaining a certain weight, like they start to feel sluggish and like it just, they don't like the way their body feels, so they like to be in a smaller body. Why is that bad that they can, that's how they feel, and they change how they feel by changing their body? Like, what is wrong with that? Just like you probably, when you first became fat, you had some feelings about it, and instead of changing your body, you changed the way you thought of being fat, which is fine for you. Go off, sis. You know what I mean? Like, whatever you fucking want. But what you're about to say, because you're like translation, so you're basically rewording everything that they're fucking saying, and you're projecting your inner hate and how you honestly feel about yourself to what this person is saying, because that's not what they're fucking saying. All this like you're gonna say is not what they fucking said. You're freaking projecting your inner feelings on this person. And if you really think that that's how someone thinks about you, because obviously you're in a bigger body, then you really need to work on yourself, ma'am. Because okay, let me listen to what this person has to say before I continue to go off on them.
Translation: my fat phobia is so deeply ingrained in me that I think it's normal to hate myself for being a certain size. When in reality, if society wasn't fat phobic, I wouldn't be either, but it's easier to be fat phobic than unlearn that mindset, so I'm going to keep being ignorant.
Like I said, a bunch of fucking projection. Literally, you're just projecting. You just assume that everyone has internalized fat phobia. Like someone told me, I think they were joking, but like someone, like, no, I've had this happen before, that people like, oh, the reason why I don't date black guys is because I have internalized racism. No, you're projecting a lot of shit. All I said was I find white men attractive, and you translated, oh, that's internalized racism. Motherfuckers, I didn't say that shit. I have experienced internalized racism. I grew up hating myself. I grew up, wishing I was lighter, glad that I wasn't darker. Like, I have experienced I have, and I've grown out of it, and I've come to love myself and love my people. Like, I have. And I'm not afraid to say that. But just because I'm attracted to white men does not mean that I have internalized racism, okay? That is something that's always been my thing since a very young age, since like elementary school. All the little boys I had crushes on were white. Even when I went to school with mostly black people and Hispanic people, the one little white boy was my crush. Like, that's just who I am. It's how I've been. I used to love Justin Timberlake and Justin Bieber and like NSYNC. Like that's just what I like. Like, I was listening to freaking like Justin Bieber while my sisters were listening to Mindless Behavior, and they were liking all those boys. Like, if you don't know who Mindless Behavior is, it's like a boy band of like young black boys when like 10 years ago, they were like 10, 12 years old, I think. And my little sisters was into them, but I was like into freaking Justin Bieber. So it's like literally like what I've always liked. Had nothing to do with me being internalized racist, having like internalized racism. No. And this person is projecting how they feel. Like, honestly, that's what it is. Like, you're the problem. This is all projection. This person said nothing about this, and you're putting words into their mouths, and you're just, ugh.
Or it could translate to, I wouldn't be healthy at a bigger size. I don't know the specifics of this person's life, but most people that are at a normal, healthy weight don't want to gain too much weight because they know it's unhealthy. You don't need to go that deep.
Exactly. And even if not is about being unhealthy, like, this person, they said they don't want to feel big. Like, I know people who like gained, like my little sister gained like I think 20 pounds last year, and she like she was like, I think at her biggest 160, and her normal weight is like 140. So she was like, she fell into depression because of that. Like, I don't think people realize like being obese, like being fat makes you depressed. Like, what the hell? Like, no one talks about that, but like just putting on 20 pounds like really messed with her, and she's lost the weight and she feels so much better. And it's like, and even at like 20 pounds bigger, for her height would make her like a little bit overweight, and she probably did feel like she felt a big difference just from 20 pounds. Like, I don't understand why, like, listening, like, you guys are like intuitive, eat and listen to your body, but why is it with someone who's in a smaller body that starts to gain weight, they're listening to their body and they don't like what their body's telling them, so they want to go back to where they were? Why is that such a problem? How is that fat phobia? Their body's literally like, hey, I don't like feeling like this. Like, they're getting, like, she literally listened to her body and like got back on her shit and had lost her weight, and she was looking good, and she's back to look even better. Like, and she's happy again. She's so happy and proud of herself. Why is that a bad thing?
In the body positivity movement, there's a lot of videos and pictures from skinny people with thin privilege, maybe a 4 or 6 size, who are posting pictures and videos like, oh, Instagram versus reality. They show themselves being skinny, and then they show the same picture where they look bigger. And that is problematic. Although it might help.
I don't know why, but when it's, I feel it's even worse when it's not a bigger person talking about this. I don't know what it is to me, but it's just like, why, you know? But those videos are not meant for someone like me. Those videos are not meant for someone like me who's 300 pounds, who clearly looks nothing like the person in those pictures, you know? They're for someone who's in a more normal sized body, and they see, you know, people who also are at pretty healthy weight on Instagram, but their bellies look flat and they don't have any stretch marks and this and that. And those people who do that show like, hey, I look like you too, but when it comes to Instagram, I like to pose and hide my quote unquote flaws. I like to hide my little belly with my pose, or like cover up my stretch marks, or, you know, my butt looks bigger in a certain position. And it's people who are at a normal healthy weight, for young girls who are at a normal healthy weight, saying like, there's nothing wrong with you. It's the way to show them like, oh, I can look like that when I take a picture, but I'm not gonna look like that every day, because they don't look like that every day. That's what those videos are for. They're not for like, oh my God, it's not for someone who's me, who's almost 300 pounds, to look at that and be like, oh my God, she has a little belly too. Like, we're all fat on the inside. No, that's not for me. I'm not the target audience. Those are for young girls or women, period, who are at a normal healthy weight, but feels like there's something wrong with them because everyone that they see on Instagram doesn't look like them. So they're like, well, obviously I'm not healthy, I'm not at a good weight, I'm not attractive because I don't look like these people. But when those people show like, hey, no, I look like this too, you know, I get bloated, you know, I have stretch marks, you know, I don't have a slim waist when my underwear isn't high up. Like, that's what that is for, okay? It's not for bigger people. Like, oh, look, I'm a little bigger. No. It's not for us. It's for them. Okay, so sit down. That's the problem. Like, these people don't like these because they're like, oh, well, you don't look like me. It's not about you. The video is not for you. You are not the target audience. Go somewhere else.
Help a lot of other women with similar body issues. Like myself, I have a lot of body image issues. It's actually harmful because we're centering the conversation around skinny people with thin privilege. And this is a problem.
No, it's not a problem, because just because you are a skinny person, you have quote unquote thin privilege, doesn't mean you don't have body image. Like you said it yourself, you have a body image issue. And why is it someone who looks like you is also showing you like there's no reason for you to, you know, feel bad about yourself because I look like that too? There are plenty of people in the body positive community that are of bigger bodies that have conversations, and they have their target audience. Their target audience are people who look like them, so they can feel the same way that they want them to feel. And for the people who are smaller, who are also in the body positive, they have a different core audience. They are showing those videos for people who look like them. Why is it? It's not centering. The whole conversation is not about those people. That conversation is with those people who have those issues. Just like the conversation with the bigger bodies, that conversation is for the people with the bigger bodies and their issues. Just like people who have disabilities, like they are what they're showing is. And I'm not saying you have to be a bigger person to like watch these videos. Like that's who the people are talking. That's who their message is for. Anyone can listen to the message, but that's not who the target audience is, and that's not who they want to like speak to. Like with someone with a disability is going out there showing like their beautiful body, like, yes, I'm beautiful. Yes, they want everyone to see them, but what they're saying is they want to show people that look like them, people who have a similar disability as them, like, you are also beautiful. That's what it's for.
So I'm not sure exactly what conversation you're talking about, but it seems like it's a conversation about how unrealistic beauty standards are and how social media perpetuates it. With that being said, what's wrong with thin people acknowledging this unrealistic standard, and what's wrong with other people, thin or not, finding that content useful?
Exactly. We need to be centering the conversation around people with marginalized bodies so that they can speak out. It's also a problem because we're still just showing one body size, one skinny body size that is already accepted by...
Okay, but like, what is the skinny person supposed to do? Not show off their fucking body? No, like, oh my God.
By society. Like, we might have body image issues about that if we're that size, but in general, society's like, cool, your body's already perfect. So that might help those people, but it's not helping the system of oppression for marginalized bodies.
If If a fat person wants to make an Insta versus reality post, nobody is stopping them. Again, I don't know what this conversation is, but a thin person posting content of them being thin is not centering themselves in a space they shouldn't be. You're basically saying that thin people are closer to the beauty standard, so they should shut up about their problems and insecurities and only let less conventionally attractive people speak. If you, as a thin or fat person, don't find an Insta versus reality post to be relevant to you and your life, then it wasn't made for you. Move on. You said it yourself that some people find these posts helpful, including yourself, so just let people have their shit.
There you have it. Funny Time said it just as well as I could have said it at the end. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure you guys leave a like down below. And if you guys enjoy or like me, make sure you guys subscribe, because I do videos Monday through Friday. And I want to say, I haven't said yet, oh my god, thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. Literally at the end of September 28th, I hit 500 subscribers. And it's been less than 2 months and I've doubled that. Oh my, thank you guys so much. You guys are so freaking awesome. I knew I was gonna hit it this week, but my heart, you guys are freaking amazing. Thank you guys all so much. Okay, if you guys want to send me stuff and talk to me, you guys can talk to me on Instagram. I'm trying to reply to people and stuff like that, so you guys hit me up on Instagram every once in a while, say hi. You guys can follow me on other my social medias. I don't really use them that much, but you can follow me because you guys like me. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.